So again, this is sort of an overview. I'll keep it brief because I want to allow lots of time for our next speaker to be able to talk. But my pleasure to be the director of the acoustics program at the moment. That will change, and I'll talk a little bit about that soon. So again, next slide. Oh, I can advance the slides, can't I? Yes, I can. So again, the first thing that I want to say is that the CAV is very focused on research. The focus of the graduate program in acoustics is on the students. We are the educational part of what happens with acoustics and vibration here at Penn State. And so what I would like to say is that this is a group of students. Wasn't this most recent group, but every year we have an incoming group of students, and that's what we're sort of about. So again, for those of you who are not familiar, the graduate program in acoustics is a graduate degree program within the College of Engineering. Originally, it was created as part of the graduate school, but now within engineering, we are aligned with aerospace engineering, and we have a close association with ARL. We were created in 1965. Think about what was going on in 1965. And again, it was to establish like a U.S. Special place for an academic program in acoustics. Because we were one of the first people doing that, we developed a distance education program in conjunction with the Applied Research Lab in 1987. So again, this is to enable people who are at a distance to be able to study acoustics as well. We are a unique place. We're the only U.S. institution awarding degrees in acoustics. And another thing about us is that we tend to blend our resident and our distance students together, which is a little bit unusual. And history, again, we were doing distance education before there was a Penn State World Campus. And again, we have a good relationship with them, but we've been doing this for a while, and I think we have some experience as to how to be successful at it. Again, we like to have acoustics available for you in your toolbox. We want this to be able to last over your lifetime. And once we have this education available, we want to make sure that it's available both for traditional students here at University Park, but also for working professionals. You may have people in your companies who just are interested in a certain topic, and then you can take just a course from us. That's fine. You may have a student who can't come to University Park and would like to get a degree. Again, that's mostly through the Master of Engineering degree, and talk to us about other potential options. But again, we want to try to provide the same classes. And so the working professionals and the resident students get exactly the same classes. There are no differences. And again, I think the distance students learn from the resident students learn from the distance students. So again, this is our current setup for our classroom. This is 211 Hallowell building. And currently in resident, we have 50 in resident graduate students here at University Park. We have over 100 distance education students taking our courses every semester. And these are taught and advised by about 40 faculty members from the Applied Research Lab, College of Engineering, all over the place. And these are the degrees that we offer: Master of Engineering, Master of Science, and Doctor of Philosophy. Again, we've been doing this for a while, since 1965. So 2021 is our 56th year. And that's, again, only possible because of the long-term commitment of the graduate school, ARL, and the College of Engineering. We've had over 700 graduates. I know a couple of them are in our attending today. So again, thank you all for doing that. And again, this was a picture back a couple years ago from our 50th anniversary dinner. So again, I think we have a lot to be proud of. As I said, there are about 40 members of our graduate faculty. 6 have primary appointments in acoustics, with 1 in the dean's office, and then they're scattered throughout. As you can see through the list, the dominant group is folks from the Applied Research Laboratory and the faculty who are heavily involved with our students. And again, we've actually gained 2 recently in mechanical engineering. We're so pleased that they're with us now. Again, if you look at the different places where our students get job, you name the places that do acoustics, either in industry or in university. So on the left-hand side is a short list of some of the places where we've had recent graduates. The right-hand side is a list of where many of our students have gone on to contribute to the academic mission. The other thing I'll mention is not mentioned here is there are a lot of students who go into architectural acoustics or other kinds of acoustic consulting. And so those aren't represented here, but that's like a full 1/3 of our graduates go into that area. Again, if you look at our course listing, these are some of the different courses that we offer. And I even mentioned this to some of the students in other departments who are not in acoustics. You're welcome to take these courses too. Again, all the way from fundamentals, ocean acoustics, noise control, all the way into some other specialty topics. Some of the required courses that we expect anyone to take to get our degree are 501, 502, 503, that's a graduate level, acoustics vibrations, waves and fluids, and signal analysis classes. We also have a lab class, transducer course. Everybody needs to know a little bit about transducers, second semester fluid acoustics, and then for PhD students particularly, they take an advanced signal analysis class in addition to colloquium. So this is generally what everybody gets as part of their degree. It's a formula which is working well, and we try to update the courses as new things come out, but the content is pretty much there. I want to mention to everyone, we're now getting ready for our spring semester. So, Dr. Hambrick mentioned this morning, but here are 3 of the courses that we will be offering at a distance this spring, meaning starting the second full week in January. So one is a noise control course taught by our illustrious Dr. Dan Russell. The stress waves and solid course is going to be taught by the Associate Director of the CAV, Cliff Lissenden. And my pleasure to collaborate with Dr. Bijan will be teaching our spatial sound and 3D audio course. We haven't taught that in 4 years, so we're really happy to come back to it. It's a wonderful class, and I hope many of you, even if you're not interested in getting a degree from us, will consider taking one or more of these courses just as an a la carte, because I think you'll get a lot out of it. So that starts second week January. Let us know about that soon if you want to participate. I will mention for master's students, there are 3 different ways to get degrees in the acoustics program. If you want to get a degree in 1 year, it is possible. If you do nothing else, if you come and you just come in August, it's possible to get a master's degree completed in 12 calendar months. We don't have many people do that because many employers won't let their people go for that amount of time, but it is quite possible. A traditional Master of Science degree takes about 2 years. The faculty student is working with a faculty mentor at that point, working on a thesis. And again, if you want to get something through a distance, an MN degree you can get in between 3 to 5 years, depending on how quickly you're taking the courses. That's probably the best thing for working professionals who their employers won't let them come to University Park. And again, I'll leave the details to this for the slides for those who are interested in that 1-year resident master's. Our distance education system has changed recently. We actually had switched to Zoom before the pandemic hit. What a coincidence. We were lucky on making that call. But we've been doing Zoom for a while now. It works very well for our distance education classes. So someone can come in, they can either watch classes live and participate live, asking questions with microphones and in the chat, or you can also watch the recordings. Many of our employed distance education students prefer that because they'll watch the classes in the evenings. And again, typically homework is submitted up through drop boxes and things like that, and that's how that's taken care of. I think we have several different of our faculty here who've taught these courses before. Dr. Hambrick's teaching this semester, for example. And again, any one of us, you can ask us about how it works. We think it works pretty well. So I'm going to step away from this. Some of you may know that Dr. Andrew Bernard is going to be our next director of the graduate program in acoustics. Andrew, I don't know if you're listening. I hope you're doing well. He starts this January. In my current role, I'm going to drop back to be a regular faculty member again. And Steve, I hope you'll keep me as head of propagation and radiation group. But again, if you have specific questions, I'll be able to take those questions, and Dr. Bernard will be responsible starting in January. Our other contacts would include Dan Russell runs the distance education program. He does that very well. And for our resident students and our distance education students, our primary contacts are Melissa Wondrisco and Chris Popovich. If any of you have interacted with either of them, they're stellar. And again, so we're so pleased to have a strong team. And as I step away, I'm real happy to know that we have a really strong team there to continue to support you. So that's what I wanted to say about the acoustics program. We have some backup slides, but we're not going to go through those. And Steve, I'll be happy to take any questions that anybody has.
All right. Thanks, Vic.